right, we are at Briar Creek today, and I just got my brand new Samsung Galaxy 4S, and I've embedded the program to be able to do Photosphere on my phone, but I don't know how. So Martin Brossman is here today, kindly showing me how to do Photosphere on my phone.
Well, I'm excited. First of all, like you said, you downloaded the app. It's not a standard app, but it's a tiny little camera here. See how it's darker than the other camera, if you can see it?
Yes.
That's the camera. And now what we really want to get, if you're not tech savvy, is make sure you have a phone that's a Google phone that has this built in.
Okay.
But if you're more tech savvy, you can find it, kind of download it ahead of time. So now we're going to click on that camera, and then it comes up like this. And how you know it's a photosphere is when you click here, and that little, see that oval thing's there? The oval one, that's panorama, and this is photosphere.
Okay.
And so you want to then click on photosphere. When you click on photosphere, it will then, see how there's a dot there?
Yes.
When I line it up, I hold it, and now it's going to start. When it starts, it just took a picture, and the next thing is I'm going to move it, and I want to pivot it from one location. So I often will put my foot right on the ground. You want to get a picture, that's an official foot there. And then I'm going to pivot it around this to minimize the parallax distortion that will occur.
Okay.
So see how it's going now, and there's another one?
Yes.
And there's another one. And you can develop the strategy that works for you. If there are a lot of people around and they might move, I try to capture the core things that might move first.
Okay.
So I might, instead of just going all the way around like this, I might choose to go, let's say there's a lot of activity here, I might choose to go up. So if you'll tilt up, see how I'm trying to tilt it around the location,
okay,
and then tilt down as well. And so slowly I'm building this entire image around here. And we're gonna go ahead and see if we can knock this one out quick.
Okay.
It's not gonna be perfect because we're filming as we go. So you see I'm getting this, and then I could get the, what I want you to do is work and find the strategy that works best for you. I find if there's a high motion area, I better get that scene first and then take on the other scenes. Or of course you'll have people with missing body parts in the picture, which may be a good effect, but for a zombie movie or something.
So like for instance, we have cars that are pulling in and out of the parking lot behind us. So
yeah,
would you wait till they were quit
I would
moving?
wait till they cleared. And
Okay.
in fact, I've stood there. Sometimes you look silly when I was at the Google Glass thing and did it. I just waited until people walked by.
Okay.
And then continued. So I would stop at a location, let's say I'm right here, and I might stop and wait until the person walks by before
Okay.
I continue. So now we're getting a little more, and again we're doing this quick, so it's probably not going to be quite as pretty as if we took our time. Now I will usually leave the top and bottom for last because that's usually just the sky.
Okay.
That sync, and then we'll come here. There we go, and then we got that, good. And there's another, see the dots? And your biggest thing is to be systematic so that you don't have holes in it. And you notice how it's kind of piecing it together, and it doesn't look even. Well, if you can move it around the same location as best as possible, then it's actually going to do it. And people don't realize how amazing this is. This is basically the technology of Street View on those expensive cameras driving around the world right now in the palm of our hand.
That's
now,
awesome.
as someone who actually taught holography in high school, this is to me the closest thing to getting holography as we can. We'll go ahead and knock out the roof here.
Okay.
And I'm going to pivot around, and you just see, you're going to look silly to people, but that's not new to me.
And then meanwhile, you have your foot in exactly the same position.
My goal is to pivot around.
The whole entire
time. And I could have done an even better job, but I focused on explaining it over getting it.
Exactly.
Okay? So the more I can get it the better. And then we'll get this online so you can link to it. Now here, what I'll do now is get my feet out of the way. So kind of show my feet here, do you see?
Yep.
And I'll get my feet out of the way and turn. Now, and then so if you can see it, now we're like, whoa, there we go, up. So now, here I got an image I want to get rid of. See, I went out, and now I'm going to get that and try to not include, there's a little foot, but that's okay. So I'm really working, and then let's go back, and if you'll walk back around me so I don't include you. See what we're doing?
These little black spots that need filled in.
Yeah, and so now, then I just kind of scan it to see how I'm doing. I think we're pretty good here. I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
And then I hit X. That takes the picture, and watch, it goes in the upper left-hand corner, and I can either go into the view of it, or I can click here, and now it's rendering it. That's the key.
Okay.
So it's now stitching it together. You really need to understand how amazing this is.
That is incredible.
You know, that we've got Street View in the palm of our hand. So one example of this is, for example, I'm on the road, my wife can't always be out there, so I can capture scenes to share with her, and she can kind of look around and see it. And I get to bring home more of the experience than just a panorama or still photos. The other thing that's fascinating to me, which is, for example, my friend Kramer Gallimore that does the Google Business Virtual Tours, is it gives a perception of the place bigger than it is, but it doesn't feel, people don't feel misled when they see it. Now the key to understand is this will never come close to the quality of what Kramer does with 10 grand of equipment and is paid by a client to go in. So don't be misled, you're getting the same thing. Right. So now let's see how it's a square image? And if you can see it a little bit, it sort of looks distorted a bit. Now I click this and it becomes a panning picture.
Oh, awesome.
So now I can pan around and see it. And now we're getting a panning picture of it, or I could let it auto pan. And see how that car got slightly cut off?
Yes.
I almost did it so you could see it.
Yes.
So if you got something that's gonna move, you try to get it first or a key image first and take that well, and then the secondary from there. Now when we're done, we can go back in. This is, I wanna get out and show you, from here, we're going to go to the, let's get to our viewing, your picture viewing here. Let me get it, 1 second. Finding it, I'm trying to find the viewing area. It's hidden in all they wonder. Well, we'll just go, there's an area here for viewing these
gallery.
As well. Gallery. No, it's a different gallery that
it?
It has, yes.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't quite get added.
There's another
and
gallery.
That's it. There we go. See that gallery?
Yeah.
That's the
Hang on,
gallery.
let me zoom in on that.
Yeah, zoom in on that. There's the gallery that works with this, okay? From there we have, we'll go ahead and click albums. There we go, see that one? And now, do you see, here's our Photosphere here, and now we can share it. We could share it on Google Plus or Maps. If we want to share it on Google Plus, we could add location to it, gathering location, let's say where it is, we could current location, or if it's so we'll just put current for here, and they'll tell us your location attached to this post, so you know your location identifier, and said, I'm gonna put in first Photosphere, okay?
Okay.
And ask questions while I'm doing this.
For this, would this be something that I would want to share, like let's say I'm going to a fundraiser this afternoon, that I would want to share the event?
Yeah, you might want to share the event. Some event you want to share with people where you want them to have a richer experience than just a photo or a compliment to a photo. So I'm going to here, I said first Photosphere, and then share, and now it's uploading it to your Google Plus account live for the world to see.
So then my goal this afternoon is to do this at the event, because they're going to have a monthly meeting, so that then I could use it for my social media marketing all month.
Absolutely.
To get people to come next month, right?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
And then that completes it. Thanks for asking about it, Robin.
Thank you so much. And if somebody needs more assistance from you, how can they reach you?
Well, we'll put it below, and then just Google Martin Brossman or pronetworkingonline.com. And of course, Robin, how can they reach you, since you're kind enough to get me involved with this?
You can go to G Plus and look for Super Media Girl Hub or robinwerlingnc.com.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks again.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.